Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven Godspeed.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
On January 31st, 2023, our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, spent precious time to share her love and wisdom, answering some questions a member had on various topics. Today, we are blessed to present the insightful phone call entitled Countries with Most Karma, Humans Must Pray for Forgiveness, Part 1 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, held in English.
Hi, Master. How are you, Master? I'm okay. Not too busy. No, it's okay. We can talk. Yes, please, Master. Master, I have some things that I would really like to report. There is some good news. Firstly, Lady Susan Hussey has come into the royal fold and is seen with King Charles III and Princess Anne at a church service.
She come back into the royal household.
Yes, it seems like that.
Well, that's what she deserves.
Yes.
They should be done to her. She can be a lady, especially when you don't always deal with, unusual situations and unusual people.
Yeah, that's right.
Fabulous people.
True.
Okay, so I'm glad. This is good news. That's very fair and very, very just. Yeah?
Yes, Master.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know her. Yeah, I don't know her. To be honest, I never heard of her before.
Same.
I'm so ignorant about royal business and activities. They have their work, I have my work. We all busy. There's no need to do research about what they're doing because I know they're doing okay, as far as human abilities are concerned,
Yes, Master.
Okay, I'm glad for the royal house because she has been so loyal and good and serving the royal family and you can say also the country for so long, many decades, voluntarily.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, unconditionally.
Yeah, and tirelessly. So it's really good.
Yeah, so that's good news.
More good news.
Unfortunately, not more good news. There is some not so good news.
Maybe you should read more,
Yes, I would like to see more. Some not good news. North Korea say it stands with Russia against NATO's brutal threat. North Korea even blamed the US for the crisis in Ukraine, saying that the West forced Russia to take military action in Ukraine to protect itself.
What did the West do? How did they do it? We never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
We never heard anything like that. Just the first thing I heard about Ukraine is Crimea.
Yes.
Crimea had been taken away by Russia. That's the only time I heard. Yeah. And then they said that, okay, the people there wanted to be with Russia because of money.
Yeah.
Russia gives money and Ukraine is not as rich. That's what I heard. And I was thinking, people like it. And Ukraine people are all okay with it. Ukraine government okay with it. And it's fine, Then it's like a forced annexation. Yeah. But anyway,
yes.
I have not been involved in any of this worldly stuff. It just passed by. It's just now recently that they have been doing more and more, aggressive military actions.
Yes, that's right.
Military operations in Ukraine, and then the whole world was alarmed, and that's how I came to know also, by the way, because I was looking for something else, and by the way, these news came out together,
Yes.
I look for animal people, animal news, cute animal photos, animal stories, stuff like that, and I look for inspiration, looking for things that could inspire the people to make shows for the world to see. So, by the way, this war in Ukraine, invasion by Russia, just came together with them. You can't just ignore it, and that's how I keep knowing more and more and more.
All right, yes, Master.
It doesn't seem fair. The West is not brutal. Russia is a brutal one.
Absolutely.
Russia started it all. Yeah.
That's right, absolutely.
And even if the West did something to Russia or provoke Russia, it has nothing to do with the poor, placid, and humble farming population of Ukraine.
Yes, exactly.
Look at the tens of millions of them who have run away. If they were really an aggressive country, they would have prepared and done something more or invaded their neighbor. Nothing, they never did anything.
That's true. Yes.
They were not even in NATO, not even in the European Union.
Right.
So what does Ukraine have to do with the West, even if the West has any brutal tendency? But no, the West, like America, has just been helping Ukraine. It's like responsive kind of counteracting the Russian invasion. That's all.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if the West did not have Ukraine, then should North Korea be happy to see that Russia is coming and just killing children, women, raping everybody, and then bombing and destroying every city like that? And the West should just fold their hands and watch, stand by and then look on? Would North Korea be happy to see that? Would North Korea, for example, be happy to experience that kind of thing for themselves?
No.
If Russia comes and invades North Korea and rapes their women and children like that, would they be happy then? And the West will just stand by and do nothing to help North Korea, and then would they be happy?
I don't think so.
It's not logical to
No.
see things. No.
Not at all.
I don't see any logic. I don't think it's the leader of North Korea who say that. There's one or two underlings who just like to make noise. If they want to express their opinion, they should think logically.
They should do more research, about the situation and about the events that they want to voice their opinion about. Don't just say things without any logic or reason. Then, other people will laugh at you thinking you're ignorant and maybe stupid.
Yeah, exactly, Master.
Or maybe they just want to make noise, just to catch attention for their own personal ego satisfaction. Yeah, just too bad. All these decades, the West did nothing to North Koreans, for example.
Yes, that's right.
So it's better they just keep peace, between all nations. It's better that they should tell Russia to go home, to preserve at least the concept and the reputation of the so-called communism in other communist countries, including North Korea.
They should, yes.
That's my humble opinion. Of course, they might not like it, but the truth is the truth.
Thank you for sharing that, always.
If I can't speak the truth, then what am I here for? Huh?
That's true, Master. Thank you.
Are you happy with that?
I am. Thank you, Master.
I hope you agree with me.
I do, definitely. It's not logical.
Anything, yes.
What they are saying or who they're accusing. It's just
Yeah. It is the Russians who are brutal.
Yes, that's very clear.
The way they started the war, the way they burn all the cities and destroy all the energy centers and buildings and let the Ukrainian people freeze like that, including children, babies, infants, elderly. That's brutal, okay?
Yes, it is, Master.
Yeah, just attacking all kinds of civilians.
Yes.
And killing them at random like that and forcing people to flee their homes. And now we have less and less food because of that.
Yes.
Because they can't do their farming. They can't even, take care of their harvested products and all that stuff. And landmines in their fields. And they cannot even farm in safety, even if they wanted to risk their lives to do their farming.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
So this is not the Ukraine alone that is affected. Ukraine is affected physically, brutally by Russia. But the whole world is in trouble. in turmoil because of Russia's war.
Yes, that's true, Master.
Yeah. Food shortages and the spike in price of staple foods.
Yes.
And the survival of all the countries is at stake, is endangered. Prices are skyrocketing. Many people can't even afford food. If they warm their house, they cannot eat. If they eat, they cannot warm their house because all this gas and oil and all kinds of energy elements are short because of the war in Ukraine. It affects the whole world. That's not fair. That's brutal.
Exactly.
Directly or indirectly affecting people. Whether killing people with missiles, guns, or knives, or raping them to death, or burying them alive, or pulling their teeth out until they die, or pulling their nails, or all kinds of this torturing that's photographed and reported on the news. Whether that's brutal directly or brutally killing people by starving the world. We have enough problems with the pandemic that keeps going on and even more in danger. Even the North Korean capital shut down also because of a new strange sickness. But that's the pandemic. It doesn't matter if this is the COVID-19 pandemic or not. It is North Korean people are suffering with this strange disease.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So the karma is instant, actually, anywhere. Mostly. Not always, but nowadays it seems like instant karma.
Oh, yes.
Terrible. I think North Korea should just keep peace with all its neighbors. If they cannot help to bring peace or to negotiate peace for Ukraine or any other poor country victimized by Russia, then they should just keep quiet and peaceful.
Agree, definitely, they should.
No more inciting war and hatred and making excuses for the brutal aggressor to exercise more power, more atrocities on the weak and poor countries like Ukraine.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, just put the word Ukraine everywhere. I like that.
Ukraine, yes.
Ukraine, just to help them.
Yes.
I hope at least through our good wishes that they can reign their own country.
Yes, very good.
And no other country will come in and mess up, killing their people, stealing their food, stealing their children, raping their women and infants. That is not even war. That's evil.
Yes, Master, that is, absolutely.
In society, for example, in North Korea, if somebody rapes somebody there, he will die immediately. The leader, Kim Jong-un, would never let that man live.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so it's the same with Russia doing that in Ukraine.
Exactly.
That is beyond brutality, beyond atrocity. That's evil. Evil, outright. Pure evil. So I don't agree with North Korea, who blames the West and sides with Russia. No.
That's right.
Is that all the bad news you have?
Master, people are still worried that China will invade Taiwan in the future. Can you please share your thoughts?
Things seem to calm down now, and I trust that President Xi Jinping will not want to make any war at all for any reason. But it still could be likely. It depends on the karma of the Taiwanese people. If they don't change more, or the Chinese people might have some economic setback, then they might use Taiwan as an excuse to blur it out.
Wow.
Or the karma of Taiwan is big enough for that to happen.
Wow.
But haven't told me that if China ever invades Taiwan, then China will lose. I say, how can they lose? China is big, Taiwan is small. How can they lose?
Wow.
They say because America will not let China invade Taiwan. And America will win, not China.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what happened to me.
CSIS conducted 24 wargame iterations of a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. The good news is that Chinese forces were unable to conquer the island, and Taiwan endured as an autonomous democracy. However, the costs were sobering. Bases on Guam were devastated. The Taiwanese economy suffered extensive damage. Japan was often dragged into the war and its bases attacked. China also took terrible losses, often including more than 100 warships and tens of thousands of soldiers killed, wounded, or captured. The terrifying possibility of nuclear escalation also looms over any war involving two nuclear powers. The costs and risks for both sides strongly argue for avoiding war.
I hope nobody wins.
Yes, Master.
I really hate to talk about this, but since it has to be told, I told you.
Thank you, Master.
Did I answer you now?
Yes, you did. Thank you, Master.
I just hope nothing happens between China and Taiwan. I don't hope for America to win in the war with China concerning Taiwan. I wish nobody wins anything except to live with each other in peace and to pray to God for forgiveness and to turn vegan so that this world will be a paradise for all of them to enjoy, for their children, great-grandchildren, future generations. Because this world is very pleasant to live in already. It's very good.
Today, we are blessed to present the insightful phone call entitled Countries with Most Karma, Humans Must Pray for Forgiveness, Part 2 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, held in English.
Warning: sensitive images.
I just hope nothing happens between China and Taiwan. I don't hope for America to win in the war with China concerning Taiwan. I wish nobody wins anything except to live with each other in peace and to pray to God for forgiveness and to turn vegan so that this world will be a paradise for all of them to enjoy, for their children, great-grandchildren, future generations. Because this world is very pleasant to live in already. It's very good. If you go into the astral city, astral world, and astral heaven, then you will see it's similar to our area, to our world, but it's more beautiful, more sparkling. And there's no need to take care too much, like no need to water, no need to worry about insects, the worms. Everything will be just perfect. That's all. So this world is almost as beautiful as the astral heaven, the next heaven next to us.
Wow.
And the higher you go, the more glorious, the more beautiful, the more effortless, the more happy, the more enlightened, the more blissful.
Wow.
If you even can go to astral heavens, and if you happen to have seen any master on earth or read some of the master's teaching and believe in it and truly repent, truly humbly ask God for forgiveness, then you might not even have to reincarnate again into this physical world. You would just stay in the astral heaven and enjoy there. It's very good already.
Right, yes.
You will not think that there is any heaven better than that, because you don't know any better one. And the God will let you stay there with the saints and sages who come sometimes to teach in that area, in that heaven. Then you might even have a chance to improve more, and then you will shed more and more of the coarse bodies, like we have a physical body, and we have an astral body, we have, the causal body, and then we have Brahma body, and so on and so forth. Yeah, we will shed more and more of the burdensome bodies, and we will be more light, more beautiful, more glorious, more everything.
Wow, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
If you turn around, be vegan, make peace, then there is a chance that you won't have to suffer again on this physical planet, unless you volunteer, you want to come to help some people who need to be more enlightened, to be more liberated, and come up with you. You have a choice.
Yes. Thank you, Master.
The best is you're already enlightened, know God in this lifetime. The second best is maybe you have met a master somehow, accidentally, or went to listen to her lecture once, and if the Lord of Karma asks you, you do have some merit, good karma, with some master, but you do still have a lot of bad karma. Which one do you choose to live out first? And you should say the good karma first. Then, when you go to the astral heaven, the master that you have met or read some of his or her teaching, or even have seen her or have some reverence in your heart. So to some extent, somehow you have some connection with a living master while you were alive. Then you will continue to study, to be more spiritual, etc. And then you could just stay in the astral heaven forever, as long as the astral heaven lasts.
Yes.
Mostly it will last long because it's not like the other burdensome earth. It's different. It's made by the saints in the buffer zone region. It's not subject to the karma of destruction. So you could stay there forever, or you can volunteer to come down and help some other souls that you know or feel sorry for. Or you could keep going up and up by the grace of the Master teaching you until you're ready to graduate and go up to a higher level of consciousness. It's not difficult to be liberated. Just pray for forgiveness, pray for peace and liberation, and be vegan. It's not a lot, is it?
No, Master, it's not.
So I keep saying that, but I hope people believe it. They don't have to believe me, don't have to call me Master or anything, don't have to do anything for me at all. Just do that.
Yes.
Do that. Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Pray for forgiveness, pray for liberation. Then there is a big chance that you will have all that.
Yes, Master. There's something else. Last time you spoke about the karma of each country. Master, could you please tell us more about that?
Well, what? What more should I say?
Well, you mentioned also that some countries have more karma. Could you please tell us which countries?
Oh, wow. Can you guarantee my safety then? Don't worry. I have never felt safe in this world. In the beginning of my mission, yes. Less and less as the days go by.
Oh, gosh.
All right, I'll tell you.
Okay, thank you, Master.
Listen well. I tell you only the top 10.
Okay.
You just wait. I go get my notes somewhere.
All right, thank you.
I just noted it for myself since I asked heaven, why so much war? Everywhere people suffer so much. I know they eat meat and all that, but why is it everywhere in the world? Is the pandemic not enough already? And they told me this and that and others. And I noted some down. I come back in a few seconds. Just hang on in there. Okay, I found it. Okay. Listen, these are very sensitive issues.
Yes.
I wish I never have to know about it, and I wish I never have to tell. But I answer you, maybe the world should know, so that they will consider and pray to God for forgiveness, or have to consider and reflect on their own behavior as the governmental body or as individual citizens.
Yes, Master.
It's also good. I always risk myself anyway already. To be in this world for me is already a big risk.
Yes, Master.
When I remember how Jesus died and how his disciples also died so gruesomely, oh God, terrible. Oh, how can anybody do that to the Master and the very harmless and good disciples? They didn't do anything wrong.
No, Master, they didn't.
Oh, they're terrible the way they killed him. Terrible. It's such evil. The worst karma is just getting worse and worse. No, not just that time when they crucified the Lord Jesus, but it gets worse because of the things they do to each other and to the poor, innocent, defenseless animal people, animal citizens. All the masters shed tears looking down in the world to see how people, animal people, and beings have to suffer.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Thank you, Master.
From the worst to the least worst.
Okay.
Top 10. The worst karma. The country that has the worst karma in the whole world is Iran.
Whoa.
And it's not the whole of Iran. In some countries, it's concentrated in only one area.
Yes.
And the rest of the areas have less. For example, in Tehran, is Tehran the capital of Iran, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I'm dictated this way, but
Yes.
I wasn't sure if Tehran is the capital. I kind of vaguely know that, but I did not really pay too much attention. So in Tehran, it's 72% karma,
Wow. Oh my goodness.
bad karma.
Wow.
And the rest of the country of Iran is only 28%.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Apart from Tehran, 72%, the rest of Iran has 28%. My God, what did they do? What kind of things they did that made them so badly judged by heavens like this?
Wow.
I did not ask. I did
Yes,
not
Master.
ask. Maybe I asked later on because I was so stunned and I did not think I would talk about that publicly, so I did not ask further why. Also, I was busy with other things, you know. I don't always have time to do research into the deep aspects of any country or any government or any individual or group.
Yes.
Only that day, you know, by the way. Yeah, okay, so now the country that has the second worst karma is Warsaw, Poland.
Oh wow.
This shocked me. I said, but how can Warsaw have... Let me look at my writing very quickly. 63 plus percent.
Wow. For Poland.
Warsaw
That's
alone.
surprising.
And
Wow.
the rest of Poland is 22%. But that's still a lot together with the capital,
Yes.
Warsaw.
Wow.
I didn't check all of them, but I checked the top 3. And I asked, but how can Warsaw have mounted to number 2 in the worst karmic countries of the world? And God told me, because Warsaw people don't believe in God.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe it. But I can't believe it. No way. Pope John Paul II came from Poland, if I remember well. Today I didn't even have internet the whole day. I can't do anything.
Oh gosh.
So it's okay. It's good. So I have some time to talk to you. Number 3 is the Kremlin in Russia.
Ah.
The Kremlin has 62% karma.
Wow.
And the whole rest of Russia, only 21.5% karma. Oh, this is percentage.
Yes, okay.
I was thinking maybe I'm wrong because they mentioned Kremlin, they mentioned Warsaw, they mentioned Tehran. They didn't immediately say Iran, okay? They said Tehran first, so, and then Warsaw and the Kremlin. So I was thinking maybe I heard it wrong. So I asked again, is it Kremlin alone or Russia together? 62%, for example, they say no. Kremlin alone is, like for example, Tehran alone is 72%.
Yes.
Warsaw is 63%, and Kremlin alone is 62%. The rest of the country is so much, I told you already.
Yes, that's right.
Kremlin alone is 62%, and altogether the rest of Russia is 21.5%.
Wow.
These are the top 3, yeah? So now, the next one. Okay, and I check out where is it, number 4. I just wrote it very scrappily, because it was just quickly, you know, in a very dim light in the night. Okay, number 4 is the Netherlands.
Netherlands at number 4.
Yeah, they mentioned Amsterdam.
Ah.
Sometimes they mention the capital first, but this one they mention the Netherlands first. And I say the Netherlands. Total or any city, they told me Amsterdam, 59% karma.
Wow.
I didn't ask further how much is the rest. I did not. I thought it's okay. I feel already very, very, very scared and very sad.
That's so surprising. You would never
Yeah.
know. You would never guess that these countries look okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, apart from Russia.
I was as much surprised as you, or even more. I did not expect all this list all the answers to me.
Yeah.
I did not expect. So in between some of them, I would just pause. I just said, no, God, no. It's not possible. God, not possible. Please, can you tell me again? Heaven, can you tell me again? They told me exactly the same numbers again.
Yeah.
They say, whatever you have written down, whatever you heard, that is exact. We cannot change it.
Oh my goodness.
Edbia, yaya wonye nami be nyade amlima kapoposia, si jiwo danko dobe. Duko siwo menu voleu, amegbeto dola dugbirana sosoke, akba eton le amademe, le nufta lakple no swala obe woname, siwo wone English beme.
What was that, number 4, right?
That was number 4, Amsterdam, Netherlands.
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
59% Amsterdam alone. Huh?
Wow.
The rest of the Netherlands, I did not ask. What is it now? Number 5, right?
Yes, number 5.
Number 5, Deutschland. That's what they spelled to me. They said Deutschland. They didn't say Germany.
Oh.
I was thinking, mostly I call them Germany. I never call them Deutschland.
Right, yes.
And like the Netherlands, I never call them the Netherlands. I call them Holland.
Yeah, right.
But they call them Netherlands. And they call them Deutschland. So I wrote down exactly what they told me.
Yes.
It's not me who... I don't remember ever calling them the Netherlands. If I call them, I say Holland because it's easier for me.
Yes, more familiar.
Most people call them Holland, yeah. In fact, when they told me the name, I said, pardon? I forgot that Holland is also called the Netherlands.
Yes.
And they told me Amsterdam. And they said, oh, okay. I know that country now.
Mm.
I didn't know how to spell Netherlands. I wonder whether or not Neither land or only N-E. I have never spelled that country's name. Is it N-E-I or N-E alone? N-E, Netherlands?
I think it's N-E.
N-E and then T-A's.
Yeah, that's right.
Ni and then Netherlands.
Yes.
I crossed out the I already. I was thinking it's not right. Then you would call it Netherlands, not Netherlands.
Right.
I was arguing to myself and I crossed out the letter I now, but I wasn't sure, so I asked you. 59% Amsterdam. Number what now?
Number 5 you did
Number
already.
5, Deutschland. I repeat exactly what they say. I don't say Germany now.
Okay.
Deutschland. I say pardon and they spell the letters for me.
Yeah.
The other countries, I did not ask for the spelling, but the Netherlands, I don't remember speaking that word. I always say Holland if I have to. Okay, now, number 5, Deutschland is 55%.
Wow. 55.
I would think maybe Deutschland would be above these few countries at least, but it's not.
Yes.
So surprising.
Wow, you think that
55.
they're really good. Oh my god, and that is surprising. This is very surprising. Really
Yeah.
shocking. All these. so
Heaven's
far.
judgment is not what we think,
Yeah.
I never thought of Tehran, Iran as number 1 on the list.
Yeah.
I never thought of Poland, Warsaw, number 2.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Kremlin, maybe 2, 3 or something. But Deutschland is low in the middle of the list only.
Yeah.
Deutschland, 55%. And I asked if it's concentrated in any special area. They say no, the whole country is 55.
Oh wow.
Now, let me ask one more time now with you, alone. I mean, when we're talking to see if I make any mistake by hearing. Deutschland. No, I wonder why. Okay, never mind. I guess they suffer enough with the war before that. They also suffer a lot.
Yes, that's right.
So now, what number now?
So now we need number 6.
Oh, number 6, they told me the name of the city first. Fukushima, Japan.
Oh.
52%.
Wow.
What is this here? 52 plus, a little plus. 52 little plus percent.
Ah.
Yeah, in Fukushima. I didn't ask for the rest.
Right.
Okay, I could ask now. One moment. No, only that.
Okay.
Fukushima concentrated there, and the rest may be very little. Or it's just spread out together already, but Fukushima is the main subject. There's no more other karma.
Yes, okay.
Now, number 7, Denmark. Huh?
Wow. Denmark.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you surprised?
Yes, again.
I
I would
asked
think those
whether-
are very good countries.
I know. I asked whether or not karma is particularly concentrated on any special city or not. But Denmark doesn't say any city, just 51.5%.
Wow. Denmark seems... I would have thought that's such a peaceful country. 51%
Yeah.
karma. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, one of the happiest countries in the world.
Yes.
I'm more surprised than you, believe me. I was shocked. That's why I didn't ask so many questions, and I didn't know what to ask, because they keep telling me one country after another. And after the 10, I said, that's enough. Okay, I don't have time right now. I said, just tell me the worst one. The rest, probably, I don't need to know. And the other countries, the rest of the world, after the top 10 is less than 50%. That's why they don't tell me.
Okay.
Not that they don't tell me, but they told me it's less than 50, because I asked, okay, just tell me generally. I say less than 50%, the rest, after the top 10.
Okay.
I hope people are not going to hate me so much.
Oh.
That's why I told you it's very risky things that I'm doing.
Yes, it is. It is.
A risky thing to say. But if I know something and it doesn't harm and is the truth, and then it might help them to reflect and repent, then I just have to risk it.
Yes, Master.
If they kill me, they kill me. If I die, I die. All right, now, it was number 7, right?
Yeah,
now,
it was number 7, now number 8.
Number 8, DR Congo.
Ah, wow. Democratic Republic of Congo.
Believe that or not, I never even remember all these names.
Yes.
Especially the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yeah.
I rarely ever come across this country's name. I don't remember. I even remember it.
Yeah.
I probably remember 1 or 2 times when it comes across on the news or something.
My goodness. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is very surprising. What we
Okay.
don't know.
I was so shocked. I was kind of shocked. I feel a little trembling, because I never check these things.
Yes.
I just think of the world as I have been karma anyway. I never think of checking even.
Yes, Master.
Only when in one of the meditations about some bad news or bad punishment coming or something, then I would ask why? Why? Yeah. Okay, what is it? Number 8 now? Number 8 already, right?
Yeah, 8 done.
51%.
Oh, wow. 51.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now, number 9, Zimbabwe. Can you believe that?
Wow.
50.4%.
Oh, gosh.
Zimbabwe, I hardly ever heard of that name. Hardly ever remember it.
Yes.
Also, Congo. Now, number 10, China.
Oh.
Believe it? You surprised again, right?
Whoa. That's the least.
Yeah.
The least.
China.
Wow.
50.3%.
Oh, my God.
Even after Zimbabwe.
Wow. Oh, man. These are really shocking. What a surprise.
You're telling me. It is like that. I was so shocked that I just could not move.
Yes.
I could not think. Just bubbling around. Why? Just a couple of the first ones. The rest, I just kept so quiet, just listening and trying to let it sink in and to make sense of all of that.
Yes, exactly.
I hope the people of these top 10 countries and the rest of the world Do reflect within. Do ask God for forgiveness. Do turn around and be real humans with benevolence, with mercy, with compassion. Turn around. Be vegan. Make peace. Do good deeds if you can, or praise someone who does good deeds. Even if you can't do it, just praise them openly or within your heart. That's all. Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. So even if God punishes us physically in this lifetime for the burden of the great summary of sins, our souls still will be pardoned and liberated.
Yes, Master.
Not coming back again to take all the karma that is still there, waiting for you to punish you again in the next lifetime. Just now talking to you, I can only think of this explanation that the people who were born into these above-mentioned countries must have done something in their past life or lives.
Ah, right. Yes, Master.
So that's why in this lifetime, it might not be evident.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense.
It must have been like that. Like in the Bible, it says the sin of the ancestors.
Yes.
But who are the ancestors? It's us also anyway. We're reborn again and again and again.
That's also true, yes.
A lot of evidence nowadays. People know, people prove that reincarnation exists.
Yes, Master.
100% definitely. There's no doubt, no more argument about that.
My name is Dr. Walter Semke. I'm the president of Reincarnation Research. The pioneer in reincarnation research is Dr. Ian Stevenson at the University of Virginia. For 40 years, he traveled around the world studying young children with spontaneous memories of past lives. From these cases, we can derive principles of reincarnation. One of the patterns is that people have the same personalities and talents and can look exactly like they did in their past incarnations. Barbara was born 9 years after Anne Frank died. When Barbara was a little child and said, "My name is Anna Frank," she had spontaneous memories of her past life as Anne Frank. At the time, her parents didn't even know who Anne Frank was because the diary of Anne Frank was not yet published, and they thought she was making this all up. What makes her case compelling is not that she has the same facial features as Anne Frank, but she had memories from childhood, and by the time she was 10, her parents took her to Amsterdam, and the father wanted to go see the Anne Frank Museum. Barbara said, "We don't need a cab, it's right near here." And they said, "How can you possibly know? You've never been here." Somehow Barbara went straight to the Anne Frank house, looked at a wall and said, "Mommy, look, the pictures of the movie stars are still on the wall." And her mother looked at the wall and said, "Barbara, there's nothing there." And the tour guide said, actually, the pictures that Anne Frank had clipped out of magazines of movie stars had been on that wall. That was the first time her parents realized her past life memories were real, or that her reported memories were not fantasies. And Barbara became a childhood writing prodigy, just like Anne Frank had her first book published at age 12.
The other kids, when they were younger, say, "I want to be a fireman, I want to be an astronaut," but I was always, "I want to be a fighter pilot."
From the age of 3, James's parents began to hear stories from their son that shocked them. That their son was recalling things that connected him to a Navy pilot who died in 1945. They were skeptical. As Christians, they never believed in reincarnation. But they began to piece together an amazing story. The first clue came from the terrifying, non-stop nightmares that James began having at the age of 2.
He was saying, "Airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out. Airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out." That's when I was like, oh my God, is that what he's been dreaming this entire time?
what he was saying wasn't registering as much on me as what he was doing. He was flailing around in bed.
Within a year, the visions that greeted James in his nightmares began taking shape when he was wide awake.
I was reading to James, and then he sat up and he goes, "Mama, the little man's going like this." And he laid down, and he goes, and he did the same thing he did in his dream. He was kicking his feet up, and he goes, "The little man's going like this. Ooh, 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 can't get out, can't get out." And I sat him back up, and I said, "Who's the little man?" And he goes, "Me." It still makes my hair stand up. And Bruce said, "What happened to your plane?" And he said, "It crashed on fire." And he said, "Why did your airplane crash?" And he said, "It got shot."
James then gave his parents the next uncanny clue, one that was very specific, the name of a ship from which he says his aircraft took off.
So I said, "Well, did your boat have a name?" And he said, Natoma. And I'd never heard the word before. And I went down the hall and got onto the computer and Googled it. And down around hit 300, all there was this thing, Natoma Bay, CVE 62. Clicked on it, and up comes this history of a World War II aircraft carrier. I had no answers. How could he know this? How could he know a person? How could he know a ship?
Then James started drawing the same thing over and over, like a movie compressed all into one frame. An air battle, flak, a plane on fire, and his signature, James 3.
So one day I was in the kitchen, I was washing dishes, James had breakfast, and he had an airplane, he was just flying around like this, and he goes, "Mama, before I was born, I was a pilot, and my airplane got shot in the engine and crashed in the water, and that's how I died." And I was just froze.
The next breakthrough came when Bruce was invited to the Natoma Bay Veterans Reunion. He asked about the names of men killed in battle, and this led him to finally solving the mystery of James 3.
He called me on the phone and he said, "You won't believe this. There's only one guy from Natoma Bay who was killed during the battle for Iwo Jima, and his name was James M. Houston Jr." And I said, "Wait, that would make our James 3. I was so excited. I'm like, "That's it." I'm like, "That's him. It's James M. Houston. His name is James. It's the James 3.
James Houston Jr., World War II Navy pilot. At age 21, on March 3, 1945, his plane was shot down over Chichijima. Now, the skeptical parents were sitting on compelling proof that their little boy really was reincarnated.
Master, it seems you have answered this, but is there any way they can reduce their karma?
Yeah, turn around. Turn around. You turn. Be a different person. Then karma cannot reach you. If you are vegan, if you pray to God daily for forgiveness, if you repent truly in your heart, and do whatever you can to help others, be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, or praise people who do good deeds, acknowledge them, either physically, openly, verbally, actively, or just in your heart. Be sincere, be repentant, be humbly asking for God's forgiveness. Remember God all the time. Respect God's law, thou shalt not kill. If you're going south, it's not that difficult. I tell you truly, if you just turn around, then you'll be forgiven.
Ebia, ya yara wonye na mi be nya de amlima kapoposia, si jiwo danko dobe. Zoko siwo me no von lewu, amegbeto do la dogbera na sosoke, akpa enele amademe, le nu fiana kle nu son la wo be woname, siwo wole English be me.
Warning: sensitive images.
Tình yêu sao rực lửa, tình yêu sao lạnh băng, tình yêu như địa ngục, tình yêu như thiên đàng.
Be sincere, be repentant, Be humbly asking for God's forgiveness. Remember God all the time. Respect God's law. Thou shalt not kill. If you're going south, it's not that difficult. I tell you truly, if you just turn around, then you will be forgiven. Whatever you did wrong before, don't do it again. And even if you don't remember what you did wrong, you must know in this lifetime the world suffers too much, including yourself. Then we must have done something terrible, that we violated the law of the universe. So we have to all repent all the time, every day praying for forgiveness. Be thankful for whatever you have and was given to you. And pray for protection, pray for forgiveness. And turn around. If you're going south all the time, even if you know it's wrong or not know it's wrong, but if somebody told you, no, that road is no good, you can't. You have to U-turn. In the south right now, there is war, there is famine, there is bad damage, destroy roads, destroy cities. You go back north. If you listen to that advice, just turn around, go to the north. Then the south problems won't reach you.
Yes.
That's all, very simple. I cannot give initiation to the whole world because I don't know who wants it. And if it's possible, only they have to go into a place together. And I either do it myself, give the initiation, or through the representative, I empower that person to do the initiation on my behalf. Only for that time. In God's grace, God's blessing.
Right, yes.
The people have to be vegan and vow to be vegan for life. Otherwise, if they are not vegan and they sneak in just to spy, it's just curiosity without any repentance in their heart, without respect for God's grace and benevolence. So if I give them initiation without them being vegan, then they will be punished even more than if they didn't know.
Wow.
Because it's just like you know the law and you don't abide by the law. If you don't know, then maybe you have some excuse.
Yes, Master, that's right.
And the law in every country is also different already, and not everybody knows all the laws. But the law of the universe, you know or not know, it still measures out the punishment for you.
Yeah, yes.
Because they judge that your soul knows everything, because the soul does know everything. It's just that the mind doesn't listen and tells the brain, tells the body to do bad things. That is a problem. The mind is also being influenced by others around it, and it just lashes out or dishes out whatever he thinks he has collected all that time, good or bad.
Yes.
The mind and the brain cannot judge very well. And don't listen to the soul. The soul tries so hard to work through the mind and says, no, not that one, this one. But the mind doesn't always listen because humans are too busy. The minds are busy, anything else except the soul, God, virtues, and benevolence.
Yes, Master.
The problem is the mind and the brain. And I cry my heart out all the time. Sometimes, excuse me, I also been very rude to God. I say, we don't know anything. We humans. We are ignorant. We don't know so much. We can't see anything. We don't know the consequences. We don't know what's truly good, what's truly bad. And we're too busy being forced to work day or night, half of the day, half of the night already.
Yes.
We come home very tired, or even work at home also tired, exhausted. Mind, body, and thoughts. So you can't even think too well. You can't just keep punishing humans like that. You have to do something. You have to. And God told me, I send my son. I send masters. I send teachers. I send saints and sages all over, everywhere. All the time, in every period of your earth, to teach you. You guys just don't want to listen.
Wow.
And so I could not say much more, but I said, please, I cannot bear all this. Please, do something.
Oh.
Please help humans to understand. Please help the animal people, so no more suffering. And God didn't say anything, heaven didn't say anything quite, so I said, please, even if they have to die horribly, please rescue their souls, or let me do it.
Wow.
It's all on me then. Just put it all on me. It's possible like that. They didn't say anything. And then I got out of my conference with them. I got out and I couldn't get in anymore. They didn't talk to me anymore.
Oh.
And I keep screaming, yelling, pacing in and out, up and down around the place.
Oh, Master.
Yeah. I say, you must listen to me. You can't pretend you don't know. You can't pretend you don't hear me. You must do it.
Mm.
But then that's okay.
There is another topic.
Tell me.
Yeah, Baba Vanga, the lady prophet, predicted a solar tsunami and also a nuclear explosion will go off in 2023. The toxic clouds will be seen over Asia, and the solar tsunami will fatally destroy the Earth's magnetic field, causing blackouts and communication failures.
Sometimes it already did some small parts already.
Wow.
Sometimes we also had some communication blackouts.
Yes, yes.
Maybe today is also one of those things because I had no internet all day long.
Oh, yeah, possible.
I couldn't work. I have to call by phone and ask the document team to read the whole thing for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I have to ask them to check the quality of the show, the host and the presentation. Imagine all this.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
I have to, otherwise if I wait until the next time or tomorrow, it might be too late for the show.
Yes,
Every day has shows. I can't just say, wait a minute or something. Yeah. I keep waiting all day and try so hard. I wasted a lot of time and was exhausted. And normally I would eat earlier, but today I didn't eat anything yet up to now. And I was thinking I eat before I call you. But I thought, I call you for just a few minutes because we just have some things, very simple things to talk about. How long have we talked now? I didn't know it will be for so long.
51 minutes already.
Oh, thank you for your trouble. Thank you for giving me trouble.
Oh, sorry, Master.
Don't worry. I thought I could talk to you first and then I can eat in peace, then I can take more time instead of eating and thinking of the problems and the work. But then I didn't know it would last so long.
Master, thank you for your time and sharing those.
What was it, the question again? About what?
Yeah.
About solar. Okay, solar. I answered one, huh?
Yeah,
yes.
Nuclear explosion.
It's begun already, just not on a big scale. I hope my protectors can help to erase some, to ease some part of it. But I am not sure about anything anymore because the karma of humans has been brewing up and has matured to such an extent. It's maturing so fast and so enormously that I can't think fast enough even.
Wow.
Not to talk about acting.
Yes, Master.
So whatever comes, we just do whatever we can. That's all. Heaven and my little self helping hands.
Thank you, Heaven. Thank you, Master. We are very grateful and blessed to have this help.
Thank God.
Thanks, God.
Repent to God. Ask God for forgiveness all the time. Thank God all the time. Every day I also ask God for forgiveness because I don't feel like I'm all innocent. As I've been a human, I would myself share the karma of the world anyway, because without the world I would not have been born. I would not have been taken care of and nourished to grow up and to have an education and then to be transmitted the Kuan Yin method, the heavenly inner light and sound method, the word of God method.
Yes, Master.
So I can't just say I'm all innocent. Even though people who look at my hands before say I had no karma, wow, they didn't know. They didn't know I will have a lot of karma later when I have more disciples. I didn't have disciples at that time.
Ah, right.
Everywhere I go, they wanted to read my fortune, my fate and all that, and all good things. You will be a Buddha soon. You don't have any karma. Oh, your eyebrow is an eyebrow of the Bodhisattva. I said, what? How can the eyebrow be a Bodhisattva eyebrow at that time? I did not pluck or anything yet. I came straight from household. Yeah, at that time I had no disciples. I had never known anything and didn't think that I would one day have so many so-called disciples or work so hard like that. I had no idea, I tell you the truth. I could never speak so much like this before.
Oh, wow.
And without being tired, even without eating the whole day. Before, when I did not get the key of enlightenment yet, if I talked to anybody for just a few minutes, I felt exhausted already.
Wow.
Their karma would grab me immediately, and I feel like I couldn't even open my mouth anymore.
Oh, gosh.
It was like that. And now I talk sometimes for many hours, you know that.
Yeah.
I'll get tired maybe later, but not during the show, not during the talk.
Today we are blessed to present the insightful phone call entitled Countries with Most Karma. Humans Must Pray for Forgiveness, Part 5 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, held in English.
Warning: sensitive content.
What else I wanted to tell? What was the question?
It was about the nuclear explosion.
Oh, Baba Vanga. She predicted many accurate things. And other things people say were not correct, but that was because heavens interfered.
Ah.
All the saints and sages and all the good people in the world were praying. That's why it became less or became zero. So we always have to thank God that our prayers are heard and heavens interfere and help.
Oh, yes. Thanks, God.
Yes. And the nuclear now.
Yeah.
What?
Nuclear
She predicted an explosion?
Exactly. Nuclear explosion will go off in 2023 over Asia. Toxic clouds will be seen over Asia.
Yeah. And I did read about that. Heaven told me it will be in North Korea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The explosion will be in North Korea.
Oh.
And I asked why. I said, North Korea, why? Somebody will come and bomb North Korea with nuclear weapons. They say, no. Nobody wants to bomb North Korea anyway. They still hope to make peace and negotiate peacefully. Nobody hates North Korea. They just want to help.
Right.
Because even if there's any aggression, it's not the North Korean people. Mostly in any country who makes war, who has an aggressive tendency or action toward others, is just government leaders.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
Just a few of them, and then because they have power and they control, so they do or they will do all that. It's not the normal people, normal citizens. Just wish to have peace, have bread on the table, and, have happiness with family. That's all. Raise their children, put them in college and make sure they're safe. And then make sure they have enough of a fortune to marry them, help them in any way. That's all. Most normal people don't ask anything more than that. Only these devilishly ambitious so-called leaders of those nations, any nation would even think of making war or harassing or bullying other weaker or so-called poorer, less defensive countries.
Yes, Master.
I saw in the atmosphere, nobody hates North Korea at all. They feel sorry somehow and try to help. So if they even take my humble advice, I think I want to tell the North Korean leaders and the government there, please don't touch nuclear power. Don't develop any nuclear tech because your people might not have enough talent, might not have enough knowledge or technical advancement to develop nuclear weapons. And it might, because an accident and you blow your own country up.
Oh.
That's what they told me.
Wow.
Heaven told me. So I advise them, please don't do anything with nuclear power. Better not.
Wow.
A broken arrow is the Pentagon's phrase for a serious nuclear weapon accident that could threaten the public. According to the Pentagon, there have been 33 broken arrows in the history of our nuclear program. That's the official number. But I feel very confident in saying it's a lot more than 33. This technology has constantly been on the verge of slipping out of our control. I got a document through the Freedom of Information Act that lists more than 1,000 accidents and incidents involving nuclear weapons just between 1950 and 1968. Damascus, Arkansas, a workman drops a tool in a missile silo. The tool hits the missile, causes a fuel leak, and on top of the missile is the most powerful nuclear warhead the United States has ever built. Maintenance work is being done on an atomic bomb, and the worker doesn't realize that one of the pins in the plug of the testing equipment is bent. When he plugs the pin into the atomic bomb, it fully arms the bomb and nearly detonates the bomb, which would have destroyed a large part of the Florida coast.
It is estimated that because of nuclear weapons testing in the United States, over 300,000 Americans have lost their lives. It seems as the United States killed more of its own people to develop these weapons.
One of the problems with complex technological systems is you never know where a potentially catastrophic problem can begin. We're very good at creating complex technological systems, not as good at managing them, and not very good at all when something goes wrong with them.
It's not easy to make an atom bomb, or a nuclear bomb.
Yes, I can imagine. Wouldn't be.
Yeah. You have to really know how, huh?
Yeah, I would imagine.
If one person in the team, even just one or two persons in the team, have a headache that day or quarrel with the wife at home and couldn't sleep well and mess up in their brain, or their children were sick and they had to stay up all night, but then they had to show up to work, if one or two of them makes just 1 millimeter or less nanomillimeter mistake, then the bomb will explode.
Wow.
Or even if they succeed in making a bomb, those who take care of them could make a mistake also afterward.
Yes.
And then the whole country will be doomed. Will be gone.
That's very scary.
Yeah, it is scary, my God.
They don't know what they're playing with.
You cannot imagine it, but think of Hiroshima. For example, look back at those photos.
Yes.
And look at the documentary, how people still suffer nowadays. They don't look like humans, those who suffer, the victims of the Hiroshima atom bomb.
Yes.
They don't look like humans. They suffer enormously. And in Vietnam, the war victims, many still don't look like humans.
Wow.
Many still suffer so much, even from a bomb or Agent Orange or cluster bomb or whatever you call it. I can't remember all that. I don't want to remember. I wish we don't ever have to know these names at all of these bombs or these murderous weapons that affect the innocent.
Yes.
Remember, not all the people who died or suffered or maimed in the war are the true karmic contributors.
Right.
Remember the story I told you about Moses and God, about the ants?
Ah, yes.
Moses said, why did you kill all the people? Some of them are innocent. Some of them must be innocent, but you kill the whole group of them, for example. You kill all of them. That's not fair. So God didn't say anything. The next episode, next event was some ants were biting Moses when he was sitting or sleeping. And then he just slapped and killed them all.
Yes, yes.
So God said, why did you kill all the ants? Only one or two bit you, not all of them. Moses said, but I didn't know which one bit me. I was hurt and I just, slapped them all, squeezed them all. Yes. So God said, it's the same. It's the same. The people in one group, if I destroy them all. I cannot consider who did or who did not sin. Yeah.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, Master.
So I was thinking very faintly in my mind that it could be that Ukraine has... I told you before that it's not Ukraine's karma, remember?
Yes, you did.
2 times. Recently and a long time before, I said the war is not because Ukraine's karma is that big.
Yes.
But I thought I could be wrong. So when I asked about which country has karma, why so much war, and they told me because every country has karma, and then the collective karma will kill this and that area of people.
Yes.
So I was asking, can you tell me which country? And then they told me that top 10 list.
Yes.
But in the faintest thinking of my mind, I was thinking maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Ukraine who did something. Maybe Ukraine has very big karma, which I wrongly calculated. Maybe I didn't know. Maybe something was hidden that I did not know. But Ukraine's not in the top 10.
No, that's right.
Not even in the top 30, if it continues.
Wow.
So I told you correctly that it just had to happen somewhere.
Yes.
It's not necessarily the Uranian karma. Yeah, I told you.
Yes.
And I'm glad that I knew like this way. But I was so shocked because I didn't expect the names of these countries in the top 10 list.
Yes.
From the outside look, you don't see that much.
You wouldn't think, no way.
No, I can never even imagine that. Not even in my dreams would I think like that. So these people who happen to be born in such and such top 10 country might have done something else, more drastically in the past lives. So now they have paid their debt somewhere, maybe in hell or something, and they are allowed to be born again in that and that country, but still the karma is not yet done. So if something happens to them or they have to go back to hell again, it's because of that, of the storage karma.
All right.
But this lifetime, being a human, they have a chance to redeem it. And very quickly, my God, what for I tell all this if it's not truth? What do I gain from it?
Oh, that's right.
Just be vegan, repentant, make peace. Ask God for forgiveness, okay? That's included. Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. That's to show you are repentant and you U-turn. What for I tell people to be vegan if it's not true? I swear to God, punish me if it's not true. Because just by going in a different direction, the calamity in the opposite direction will not touch you. How? If your garage is on fire, don't go there.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
If your house is burning, don't return inside the house. Just stay outside, run away.
Yes.
If the wind blows the fire from your house or from your village or from your forest in the north direction, then go south.
Yes, Master.
Do whatever is the quickest way you can. Drive, run, jump into water, do anything opposite to that fire. It's the same. Killing karma will add more and more karma, and it will punish you, torture you in hell, no end. Since you already have bad karma, there's no merit anywhere to make up for it. Some people eat meat all their lives, but they have maybe very huge good karma from former lives. So therefore, they might be spared from COVID karma, COVID-19, or spared from any other horrible death. But that doesn't mean it might spare you in hell.
Ah, yes.
In the next lifetime.
For Josh Miles, coming down with the flu turned into a life-changing experience. He was sick with a 106-degree fever.
That's right. His dad was so concerned that he took him to the ER. And on his way there, Josh's soul left his body. And he says he went straight to hell.
The torture is at a level that you really can't comprehend in the human mind. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty... It's a hard thing for sure, especially if you're going to be there for eternity. It's so hot. And we're talking like thousands of degrees hot, and there's so much torment. Your body is not burned. Your skin is not burned. It's not getting eaten by heat or anything like that. It's just you feel so much heat and so much torment, but yet your body itself is not experiencing any effect of that. You're feeling so much pain and regret and paranoia and all of these different emotions at one time. I tell people, you imagine your worst day you could ever have. And it's multiplied tenfold, thousandfold when you're in hell. It's a place that you should be scared of it.
Wow.
People think that God sent people to hell. We choose our own. God gave us a will for a reason. We choose our own path of life. And if you choose him, that's where you end up. If you choose another way, then hell's where you end up. It's not like God is like, hey, people go to hell. He wants us to go to heaven. He wants us to live with him. He wants us to be his bride. But we have to choose him. But there's millions of people in hell. Like, it is millions upon millions. And everybody's standing on like shelves of rock, like molten rock. And everybody's screaming out and in turmoil. And it's crazy because you are in pain and turmoil yourself. This is true. But to see other people go through that kind of turmoil hurts even more, you know, and you can remember the things that you did on this earth, secrets and things like that. And you actually have a hunger and a thirst for God himself because you know you didn't make it and you're just begging him to come get you, but you already know it's too late. And that makes it even more painful when you have a love for God. And sometimes we take advantage of that here. And then you end up in hell. You don't have a choice anymore because you're there.
So why do you think the Lord took you down to hell and then also showed you heaven?
I think it was to give people perspective. Yes, heaven is a wonderful thing. That is true. But hell is also something to take serious. You know, I mean, people, you can go to church every day and still go to hell. You know, people have to understand that you have to really walk this life out.
Now, Josh, you say that death is not the worst thing that can happen to a person. Why do you say that?
Death is not the worst thing. The worst thing is, where will you go when you die? I think people kind of misconstrued that. Like, don't be scared of death. Don't rush to it, obviously, but don't be scared of it. But it depends on where you're going when you die. Are you really walking out this life of God for real? I don't mean just going to church. I don't mean just feeding the poor. I don't mean just praying 8 hours a day. I'm talking about really walking this life out in every area that you can. So you have to realize that you don't have time. You don't have tomorrow. You don't have the next hour. You don't have the next minute. You have to really understand that I need to walk this out and have a heart for God right now. Because if you can't tell yourself, if I went and died right now, that I will be for sure going for heaven. If you're not completely sure about that, you have a really hard task, and you really need to fix that. You really need to have a heart after God and really walk with him, because you are not guaranteed your next moment. I'm 25 years old. That happened to me out of nowhere from the flu. I've had the flu so many times in my life, and that happened to just happen out of nowhere. And I'm only 25 years old.
And people who went to heaven and came back, these near-death people, they only went to the astral world, and still they were so attached to it, they didn't want to go back to earth. Imagine if higher heavens.
Wow, yes.
Today we are blessed to present the insightful phone call entitled Countries with Most Karma, Humans Must Pray for Forgiveness, Part 6 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, held in English.
I want to say something else. If people think that I want to sell my vegan food and make my vegan company rich, they're wrong. We don't make that much in the vegan company. And I even don't have enough staff. One of your brothers suggested to me, wrote to me saying that, Master, the Loving Food Company should go in such and such area and do exhibitions so that people will know more and buy more. I say, yes, that's a good idea. It's just I don't have enough staff to do all that.
Right, Master.
We have just enough people to provide for us and some for the outlet, but not doing international. I guess I could, but I just don't really have time to take care of all that.
Yes, Master.
And I just want the quality to stay like that. If we have more people and anybody can just come in, and I don't know what it will become.
Right.
The quality or the energy it carries with it.
Yes, true.
So I said to your brother, we have many other companies in the world. They also make vegan food.
Yes.
And I cannot manage our company right now to make it bigger or spread it out more.
Yes.
If I had more time, I could do. Maybe I could choose personnel and I could take care of the company personally. But I don't have time at all. I don't even have time to eat sometimes. Do you know that?
That's true, yes.
You should eat earlier. It's better for you. If you eat late, it's not too good. But then what to do?
That's right.
What to do? My schedule is crazy. It's not like 8 to 5. some of the angels or some of the saints, the invisible ones, the ascended ones, told me, you should work only from 8 to 5. I laugh. I laugh. I say, you come and do it in my shoes, in my position. See if you can. Huh? See if you can. Yeah. You can tell my team, do my shows or everything, all the events, all the incidents, all the things that have to go to be sent to me between 8 and 5. Yes. And let me finish it between 8 and 5 and nothing more afterward, nothing before that. Yeah, you will tell me, or you do it and then you show me how. Yeah, I ask God, you come down and show me how. In this world, it's not like in heaven. Not everything is the way you want. In heaven, everything is the way you want. Even lower heaven is already like that. Not to talk about high heaven.
Wow.
In high heaven, you don't even have to want. It just comes whatever you need.
Wow.
I told you that's why sometimes I cry for humans, for beings on this planet, because they just really, really do harm to themselves. They are billionaires, but they live like beggars.
Yes, Master.
They are God's children. They're the top of the creation, but they live like criminals.
Yeah.
They are punished in different ways, no end.
Yes.
It's not like by a national law or country's law. They're punished by their illnesses, by their headaches, with their businesses, by their bad misfortune, by their enemies or their competitors, by an accident with the car, by working more than they can bear, exhausting their mental and physical energy, etc. And they forget the spiritual even. Forget God even. Don't believe in God. Too busy, too comfortable with physical attainments, achievements, and forget God even. So they don't believe in God even. And that is the worst sin you can have.
Yes, Master.
You must pray, please, all the world's people. Please pray so that your mind can be more clear, so that you can know what to do. If you don't know, please believe me. I have no reason to tell you a lie at all. If I tell you a lie, God will punish me, and I know that. When people tell lies and when it harms other people, their tongue will be cut off for an endless time in hell.
Wow.
Or they could even lose their speech or lose their tongue in the present life.
Wow, gosh.
Many punishments you don't know. It's beyond horrifying.
Gosh.
People don't know. That's why they dare do so many things and think so many things and cook up so many atrocities. If they know all this, they would not dare. They would just kneel every time they can just to repent, to ask for forgiveness from God.
Yes.
And they would not care about whether or not they eat full or not, whether or not they have clothes to wear, whatever.
Yes, Master.
That's why all the monks, the real monks and the real priests, they know that. They feel it. God will inspire them to know all that, or at least to understand that. And that's why they live their life simply. They don't dare have more than what they need. Most monks have only 2-3 pairs of clothes. Yes. And have whatever food people give to them. But nowadays, people cannot go out and beg because the government might not want that. So they would have other people come to their temple or their ashram and give them food. But they don't ask for much more. They just keep the minimum possible, because otherwise, the more you take, the more you are entangled in karma and in debt. Yes.
Right, that's true.
Like the Buddha, for example. He was a Buddha. Even all the kings came and prostrated to him and became his disciples. But he didn't ask for more. He didn't ask for whatever was necessary, only whatever they gave.
Yes.
He did not even have to go out and make for food.
Right.
Even his father was a king.
Yes, that's right.
For example, like that.
Yes, Master.
Because they all know all this. They have the precepts taught to them quietly, secretly. That's why not all the Buddhists, most of the Buddhist believers don't know what kind of precepts the monk has to keep, like 250, for example.
Wow.
I became a monk, so I know the precepts. And the Bodhisattva Kristigaba, the earth stone, Yeah, who stay in hell to help whoever he can all this time.
Yes.
He observed that the humans and all beings in this Swaha world always are creating bad karma, always make sin. Every little movement, every thought, every action is creating bad karma for them. Yeah, you can tell. Even when we're breathing, many of the invisible beings, not invisible, but it's not visible to their naked eyes, and kill.
Wow.
The viruses and all those things in the air.
Yes.
On the elements in the air and what we eat, people have to cultivate for us, and they kill sometimes worms, insects, butterflies and all that by insecticide.
Yes.
Even if they did not kill by insecticide, they also kill when they're processing, harvesting and transporting.
Oh, yeah.
Everything makes karma. That's why the people who are greedy, they're too ignorant. They're just harming themselves at the end. And then they will lose everything, including the freedom of their soul afterlife. It's not like the more you have, the more you can demand, the more is better for you. Don't be too proud about that. No. You can just serve and pray to God. Be vegan. Serve others. Pray to God. Make peace, of course. But best of all is to know God. Know the spirit that dwells within you. To know the word of God. The inner sound, the inner melodies, the inner music. That is not the music, that's not the melody, but is the teaching directly from God. That's why at the time of initiation, you hear that and you continue hearing it. Because you are connected again with God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Everything that's created is from that Word.
Yes.
So imagine how mighty, how powerful that Word is that you're hearing every day since the time of initiation. All of you, my so-called disciples, by the way, I take this opportunity to remind you again, do Kuan Yin, do more Kuan Yin, do the proportionate Kuan Yin time. That cleanses everything and protects you from everything, that liberates you to the ends of all heavens even. Because that is the God self, that is God. The Word was with God, but the Word was God. The Word is God. And everything that's created was created from that Word. Imagine that. And you are contacted with it every day. I mean, you, the disciples.
That's right, Master.
Always with God, always within God's grace, always within God's wisdom, intelligent, creative power. Omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscience. That's why sometimes you have this intuitive power. It's not even intuition, it's beyond that. So you know things, so you're just doing without even knowing. Because the soul will be able to be empowered now to direct you to do good things every day instead of falling into the trap of the illusional Maya. Everything in this world is an illusion. Truly, I know that. Truly. That's why sometimes I'm so sad. I don't want to be in the dream anymore. I want to get out, but I can't just have the heart to leave others behind who don't know yet, who can't do anything to free themselves, and to know that this world is illusion.
Yes, Master.
I have to stay in the illusion to make them see that it is illusion. That's how they can free themselves.
Thank you, Master.
Don't thank me.
Thanks,
I'm
God.
also tired. I cannot honestly tell you that, it's my pleasure, I do it. It's not really, it's not. It's very tiring. Because you're also bound. Yeah, you're also bound in the tiny prison with them.
Oh.
Even though you can go anytime you want, but you have to stay.
Right.
All right, any more good news, bad news?
That's it, Master, for today. I think that's everything that I wanted to bring up.
Thank God.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Okay, God bless you. God bless all of you. God bless all of you, the in-house team, remote, and all other indirect teams that work for the world. And I wish the world will be vegan, make peace, do good deeds to save themselves, to save the planet for themselves, for their children. Please pray for world peace, world vegan, and liberation. World peace, world vegan, liberation. Pray to God every day for that. Then you have everything you need. Now, or at least hereafter. At least you'll be liberated. Pray to God for forgiveness. Be vegan. And after be vegan, I think your only choice is to make peace anyway.
Yes. Yes, right.
No vegan would want to go and fight with anybody.
No.
They even love animal people. How would they not love humans?
That's true, Master. Yes.
In the general sense of love, not like falling in love or anything. I mean the general sense of love.
That's right.
All right, my love. I gotta go.
Thank you, Master. Take care, Master.
I will check if there's any internet already, or if I can do any leftover job, or meditate for the world.
Okay,
I have
Master.
to go now. Thank you.
Thank
God
you,
bless
Master.
you. God bless all of you. Thank you, all of you, the teams, and good luck. Best wishes to all beings on this planet. Please, God, forgive us all. Please, God, bless us all. Please, God, for love's sake, please help us. Amen.
Amen.
If religious Jews adopt a vegan diet, they will be greatly contributing to promoting righteousness and justice in the world and to a hastening of the Messianic age. The Reverend Rabbi Simcha Roth, vegan,